You guys got to excuse the drip today. Just got back from the gym not too long ago and got right to work. So I didn't have time to change and, get ready for all of you and make sure that I was red carpet ready. But we're here. All right. Great morning, everybody. Good to see all of you on the call today. We got Bianca, Gabe, Chris, James, Ken, Mike, Walter, Daryl, Bianca. I already said Bianca, Bobby. Did I miss somebody? If I missed you, just know I love you. Okay. Good stuff. Let's get the show on the road. I am sitting in a bit of drawdown. We're sitting right below the 88.6. And this is what I want to kind of point your attention to. So what I did was I drew my fib from this previous swing low on the 1 hour up to the top, and then this was the 88.6. What we're seeing now is that price is doing this consolidation. Okay, fake down. And typically whenever you see that push down into a key level, that's going to be the entry, right? So we kind of have this consolidation right here. We had this push down below the lows to clear liquidity. And then now I'm expecting a potential push back inside the range, excuse me. All right. Very straightforward. If you guys are alive on YouTube, throw something in the chat real quick. Let me see if you guys are alive. Okay. So here's what I ended up doing is I went down to the smaller time frames and I found the actual low of the range right here. And I got this drawn up from low to high. Might have to go down to a lower time frame, make sure that we get as accurate as possible here. Okay. So when I redrew this, and I literally just did this on my phone at the gym, we have swing low, swing high, 886 pullback. All right. So I'm still in this trade. And if anything, the better entry is right now. So even if you did get an earlier entry, there's a better opportunity to enter right now at this current price. And we were explaining this yesterday, the difference between the first trade, which was 3.4 to 1 R, versus getting it lower. This says 5 to 1 R. So you guys know, since I take partial profits, we're not really capturing the full 5 to 1. But the bigger your expected R&R, the bigger your realized R&R is going to be. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys in the YouTube comments. Quick reminder before we kick this thing off, tons of new content dropping on the channel. So if you guys have been long awaiting some new videos, it's your lucky day. They're coming in. All right, so we got a podcast with Dr. Olson, founder of Oanda and current CEO of the Luque Group. We have a podcast with Peter Tuchman, aka the Einstein of Wall Street, 38 years of experience on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Tons of great podcasts. We're going up to do a podcast with Pierce from TradingView here in the next week or so. And then we have like 5 or 6 more loaded up for y'all. So keep an eye out. Very excited for what's to come. All right, so quick reminders before we kick this thing off. Today, very slow news day, but the NAS100 Masterclass is back by popular demand. There's been so many changes. I know that we mentioned before that the last masterclass was going to be the last one. With all the changes that have happened in prop firms, between futures and Forex prop firms, trading your own capital versus trading a prop account, adjusting the strategy for taking profits at predetermined areas, adjusting your leverage and your risk to go from lot sizes to contract sizes. There's a lot that we need to cover. So just as a reminder, if you're a VIP member, you get free access to the masterclasses. If you've taken a masterclass before, it's half off for you. And then for the rest of you guys, I highly recommend you get you get this information down so you can have the 2024 that you've been looking for. A lot of people just want to make progress, don't really have a clear idea of how to do that. Once you understand a clearly defined system, it all starts to play in, it all starts to make sense. Okay? So I'm going to adjust my levels to this lower zone, the 88.6, and we're already in profit from the entry that we took earlier The first entry is getting back into break even. We're almost there. On the trading view chart, it shows that we're almost at break even, but on my phone here on this account. All right, now I'm back in break even, barely. And if you guys have a second at any point during this stream, or if you guys enjoy this stream at all, get anything valuable or make some money, if you guys wouldn't mind shouting us out on Instagram, that would go a long way. You guys know the drill. All right, we're going to cover some news. We're going to go through earnings reports, see what we got, see if we can't make some magic happen. Got to switch these around. Oh, almost. There we go. Awesome stuff. Okay. I'm just posting this up on IG real quick. Enough people watch these streams between the live viewers and between the post live viewers. Enough people watch this. There's thousands of people that watch these streams afterwards. That's like playing in a small arena. I was kind of thinking about this the other day. I'm kind of like Dwight Howard. Like if you really, really think, if you squint, right? If you squint hard enough and I step far enough back and you're at a distance, I'm kind of Dwight Howard. I'm really out here performing, putting my reputation, my money, everything on the line in front of thousands of people. I'm basically Kevin Durant, right? You got to squint. You got to squint a little bit more if you can't see it yet. It'll get there. If this is your first time on the streams, welcome. You're gonna catch on here pretty soon. We like to joke around. We like to have fun. What's my opinion on gold? Let's go. But I will not answer broker questions, so leave me alone. Okay? I don't know you. You don't know me. There is zero reason for you to take a broker recommendation from me. Straight up. Like, what if I started a scam broker and I was just like, guys, broker I use every day in a link. And I literally just put you in a situation where your money is going to get lost. And now you're like, dude, I asked this random dude on YouTube which broker I should use. And you guys get where I'm going with this? Like, why the fuck would you ask me? Now, I know that I have a pretty good reputation. I hold a broker-dealer license. But like that's the last, I don't think I ever asked Q, like, yo, Q, what broker do you use? When I used to go and talk to some of these guys, like, hey, like, what platform are you using? I never gave a fuck about the platform. That was my job to go and find. I would always ask them, how did you find this trade? What was the biggest reason why you took this position? How long did it take you? How much drawdown did you have to sit in order to make the profits? That's what I wanted to know, because that's the information you can't get anywhere. Don't ask me shit you can find on YouTube, or don't ask me shit you can find on Google. Okay, please. I'll do my best to answer all questions, but like, fam, there's information you can get from me you can't find anywhere else. So I suggest that you guys ask those. That sounds like 95% of influent traders on social media. Exactly. Do you guys know how much money I can make just promoting a broker? Like, think about the most asked question we get on these live streams. I wish to God one day someone asked me an intelligent question on these streams, right? But no, it's every day. It's what broker do you use? And then there's people that'll text me, yo, bro, I think you should start a broker. You see all the posts, da 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 da. I'm like, dude, you guys really do not understand this game, how shit works in the back end, what's really happening. And then even the fact that the prop firms are going under, people are still ignorant about how this shit works. I'm not going to start an offshore broker because that would be me betting against all of you. My incentive, if I start a prop firm, my incentive is that you all lose. So how can you guys expect me to start a business model where my incentive is for you all to lose? That's stupid. That's like starting a pizza shop and it's like my goal is for people to hate this pizza or to throw up when they eat the pizza. I'm gonna sit here and be like, you know what? I'm gonna sit that one out. Boy, you're missing out. Fucking, I'll miss out on this one. I'll be okay. All right. I think in a few months, everyone's gonna be able to tell why it was a good idea to stay on the sidelines. It says, bro, check NAS100. Fam, we're already in the trade. Why don't you take a deep breath? Just check NAS100. I'm going to also give a reminder to everybody about how these streams work. I'm bringing you all along to what I would do every single morning. I would either do this for myself, I would do this for the Chart Addicts team, and now I'm doing this publicly. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I know what the fuck I'm doing. You are here for a reason. So, okay, I'm going to cover everything that I'm going to look at. If you guys missed NASDAQ, make sure to scroll at the beginning of the stream where I covered NAS first thing first. And right now, I'm just kind of going through and answering some of the questions in the comment section. He said a globetrotter. I like that. I'm a little bit saucy, and unless that was an insult, right? Because globetrotters are more of like a gimmick, and Dwight Howard is that dude. Did someone make a? All right, this person's asking for broker. Another broker question. What's the reason behind this trade? All right, Ollie. Yeah, sense of humor. Okay, so let's take a look at gold. Gold is forming support here. So you guys can see that there's a clear bullish trend and clear bullish momentum as seen here by higher highs and higher lows. And then right now we're in this correction, this sort of like flag or pennant retracement. And you can tell because even though the highs are now getting lower, the lows are still flat. So you kind of have this like flat bottom, lower high situation that's a wedge. And so typically when you see a wedge like this, two things happen. You see it pop up first and then it crashes, or you see a fake down first and then a push back up. For me personally, I would say the best buying opportunities are as close to this yellow line as possible, even under. Okay, so if the market kind of goes under and then wicks and closes back above, that'd be the best buy opportunity. Personally, I'm bullish because the trend is your friend until it ends. As long as you still have those higher lows forming and the higher highs, we might have this little flag retracement, but it's not a reversal because you don't have those lower lows. You only have lower highs. So now I'm expecting another continuation of this. All right, price is way too far into the trend to enter. So let me show you this example of entering now versus waiting for the pullback. This is very crucial. Okay, so let's say that we're targeting equal highs up here. Stop loss below the wick. Okay, so if I entered this trade as is, we have a good 2-to-1. All right, a good 2-to-1 R and R. If I entered late and I entered right at this moment right now, I'd be sitting at a 0.97, so less than a 1-to-1 R. So you go from 2-to-1 to 1-to-1. And I explained this yesterday on the Sunday Outlook. Your job is not to be in a trade. Your job is to find great opportunities, great prices in the market that'll give you an advantage. So you want to buy at a discount in a bullish market. So you can buy at a cheap price and then sell it to somebody else at a higher price. And so we're not just looking to be in a trade. I'm looking to find a good enough entry that the risk and reward makes sense and obviously will make sense. Jensen said I got the Dwight Howard shoulders. Jensen, bro, I think we're best friends now. It's about the biggest compliment I could get. All right, we can wrap it up. We might as well just quit while we're ahead. I'm gonna see you all later. Thanks for playing, everybody. My God. Yeah, if anyone's doubting the NASDAQ strategy, Experience will show you. You'll get more patient. Dennis, come on, bro. The Dwight Howard shoulders. You guys, some of you guys don't even know who Dwight Howard is. Some of you guys, I don't even watch basketball, and I'm gonna show you Dwight Howard, and I'm literally just gonna put the word shoulders. Let's see if they got the Superman joint. Come on now, bro. This dude should have gone to the UFC instead. He's way too aggressive and has massive shoulders. This dude should have gone to the UFC. This dude likes to fight anyways. So that's a compliment if I've ever seen one. Lambrisi says gold question mark as if we didn't just cover it. That's crazy. Scroll back to the beginning of the, or just like 5 minutes ago on the live stream and you'll see it. Yeah, I was looking for that Superman one from the dunk contest. Hold on. This was kind of goofy when I first saw him, but he was just like too big to be dressed like that. But here it is. That boy jumped from the 3-point line, I'm pretty sure. This is how I feel after the NASDAQ trade hits. This is how I feel. This is how I felt when we were getting that private tour at the New York Stock Exchange. I said, wait, I'm a NASDAQ trader. We're in the New York Stock Exchange. I'm basically one step away from the NASDAQ. Said, what's your opinion on US 30? What's your opinion on US 30? What's your opinion on US 30? Whoa. All right, we had this marked off yesterday. I don't know where all of my annotations are. I'm more bearish on the S&P 500 and US 30 than I am on NASDAQ. NASDAQ, the tech sector is still seeing a lot of flow coming in, but the S&P 500 stocks are underperforming. And then you can look at the worst performers, Dow Jones 30. Let's take a look at some of the worst performing companies year to date. I think Tesla being at the top of the S&P 500 list. What are we doing right now, bro? I asked a very specific question, and it's going to give me everything except for the answers I need. Why is it giving me... Here it is. Nope, that's 2023. Let's see, when was this written? Last updated at the end of 2023? Okay, now. There's... God, bro, why does it always give me such a hard time? Fam, for as smart as Google is, like, sometimes it's really fucking stupid. Okay, so you see Tesla's down almost 30% year to date. There's Charter Communications, CHTR, Chart Addicts. Damn. We might have to go CHRT. That's crazy. Okay. Market Access Holdings. I think this is just a holding company. Paramount Global. You guys know Paramount, the movie studio. We have Humana, which is an insurance corporation. Archer Daniels, Midland. Not sure what that is, to be honest. We have Boeing. And then Warner Brothers Discovery. RIP to Disney. Getting crushed. Okay. So if you look at the majority of the names in the index are not doing well, but then you have the top 5 to 7 names that are kind of propping everything up. So there's a very good case for the S&P 500 and Dow Jones to get this bigger correction because they don't have those Nvidia and big tech names that are going to hold this thing up. But that's why I'm bullish personally on the NASDAQ, because I think those tech names are going to be kind of like the floor or the buffer that the market needs. So what do I see on US 30? I see US 30 coming all the way back down to 38,200. So back down to this area of support, 38,200 right here, targeting equal highs. And beyond, stops below the lowest hanging fruit right here. And then last but not least, put the icing on the cake. Big. Throw that up in the VIP chat for Chart Addicts members. And back to action. Back to NAS100. NAS is having a little bit of trouble breaking above that zone here, but a little bit of patience is going to go a long way. Hey, good CA fam. Have any of you seen any reaction to Powell saying nowhere near digital currency? I think that's the reason why Bitcoin is getting so strong. I haven't really seen a big reaction, as big of a reaction as I expected. That was like, if we go to the Fed website even, or the Treasury website, you can see the CBDC dollar white paper, and they launched it. I think they were supposed to do a test, the digital dollar project. Look at this. Revisiting the digital dollars exploration of US central bank digital currencies. It's a nonprofit organization. Oh, the pilot program. This is what I'm interested in. Okay. November 2022, they did a private program to see if this could get tested. I'm trying to see like a timeline here, because I know in 2023 they launched a beta version. Said he already checked US 30 like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, some of you guys gotta wake up. All right, wake the fuck up, people. And I also kind of want to give this, I don't want to give like a talk. I'm not trying to sit here and lecture anybody. Everybody's free to do whatever they want. I think that social media has absolutely gone to trash. I think that there's not a single positive thing on social media at all anymore. They'd be like, well, what about your content, Roy? Look, if you ask me, and this is how you guys know I'm looking out for you. If you ask me dead to my face, should I be on social media and follow you guys and follow other people, or should I just stick to eliminating all socials and focusing on what I got to do? I'm going to tell you, as your friend, get off social media and just focus on what you got to do. I have seen there's only trolls left. The only people that I still see left on socials that are interacting, engaging, doing any content are trolls, grifters, fucking just straight up scammers, and then everything in between. There's a lot of people that I talk to, and I asked them, why aren't you guys more on socials? Why aren't you making more content? Dude, every post they try to put up, there's a million comments, trolls, all saying all types of shit. Like, this is not the culture that we all came from. There was people that were providing value, and there's people that weren't. If you were providing value, people appreciated that. So long story short, I've never seen a worse environment here on socials. I would highly recommend everyone stay the fuck away. All right? Let these trolls sit there and just fucking circle jerk each other. They're going to be broke in a year and a half. They're going to be broke in 3 years. They're going to be broke in 5 years. And they're going to be depressed. Their family's going to be depressed. And they're going to have to deal with their consequences. Don't get dragged into a lot of this stuff that happens on socials. Don't get dragged into like, oh, this prop firm today and this prop firm today and this prop firm. It's done. I think we've all acknowledged prop firms are going through a massive change. Okay, we don't need to sit there and every single day keep up with which prop firm is going to go under next. All right, let's just accept that they're all going to go under at some point, move on, and get the show back on the road. Right, so like all the people that are really providing genuine value, no one gives a fuck about. I saw this video yesterday. What was it? Anthony Joshua, the guy that knocked out Ngannou. He said, you forget how famous you are until you do something wrong. Right? You always forget how famous you are because you could do a million things right and no one will give a fuck about what you're doing. And the second you do one thing wrong, everyone's waiting to pile in. Why? Because the people that are piling in, their life is absolutely miserable. And misery loves company. So as soon as they see somebody lose, they're like, see, like not everybody is winning, and I'm the only loser out here. See, everybody's a loser. They want to try to like, see, that person's a loser just like me. He's a piece of shit just like me. That I feel like that's happening so much more. And so then all the good people I know, the folks that are building the technology behind the scenes, the folks that know the game and could be making content, really giving clarity to people, they're just like, dude, yeah, fuck social media. I'm not touching that shit. Leave it to the fucking the 15,000th ICT meat writer to just go and start the 20,000th fucking ICT course as if his shit's not free on YouTube. So this game has gotten completely skewed upside down. Ideally, we're going to have a positive impact with some of the interviews we're dropping, but I'm going to make a prediction to you all. The interviews that I drop with Peter and with Dr. Olson, they're all going to do less than 10,000 views. All of them will do less than 10,000 views. And I guarantee you, if I made a so-and-so exposed video, or if I said, here's this random fucking IG influencer trader who has a cool gimmick that'll get 100,000 views. Like, this is so fucking backwards. It's been 4 years and the game has not corrected. I need you guys to really take this serious for a second. Why are prop firms, how can a business that has a 99% losing, like a 99% losing record for customer satisfaction or customer success be so fucking successful? Like, are there enough people to take advantage of out there that these prop firms can make a killing, can make hundreds of millions of dollars? And the answer is yes. Go on Twitter for about 2 minutes and you'll realize how many stupid people there are out here with no concept of, what's going on. All right, that's my rant. I think the world is fucked up. I think that obviously the world is fucked up, but the trading space itself has just gotten way too toxic. And the trolls have basically, I don't want to say they've won, but if you have all the quality folks leaving and then you're left with grifters and gimmicks and marketers, then everyone loses. So I don't know what the solution is. We've been trying to do things the right way for 4 years. That doesn't fucking work. So I'm going to keep doing me. I highly recommend you guys delete the apps. If CPI comes out positive tomorrow as expected, that's good for the DXY and stock market corrected. It depends. So here's the way I'm thinking about it. The closer we are to expectations, the less like volatility we're going to see. If we come at the expectation or maybe a little bit better, then I think we're going to see a huge recovery on the stock market, bullish. But if CPI comes out even like 10 basis points higher than intended, stock market will correct. I think the stock market is looking for a reason to have a correction, but the economic data keeps coming out strong. Earnings reports keep coming out stable. So that, like, we really haven't had this big catalyst to sell off. I think the CPI print is going to be perfect, because we do need a correction if we intend to keep buying into Q2. Okay. Do you guys agree with the social media point, by the way? We're in profits on all positions. No, I'm not going to protect the trade just yet, but I'm back in profits on all positions here on NAS100. But do you guys agree with the social media point? What do you guys see? Who do you follow on socials? Like, what's been beneficial versus not beneficial for you? I really want to understand this game better, but I'll be honest, like the most success I've had in my life is really just shutting out the socials, focusing on the shit that's right in front of my plate. I have a checklist right next to my desk with all the shit I need to do. And as long as I focus on that, everything else is going to play in and make sense. Dennis said 100%. I deleted Insta. Good stuff. To be honest, I like Twitter because at least there's some truth on there and at least, whatever. But I don't even see Insta as being as harmful as Twitter. Everyone wants to talk shit about the Instagram traders and the Instagram this and that. Dude, the people on Twitter have fucked the game up so bad. They talked shit about everybody. They were trolling. They had PR firms writing comments under their posts. Just absolute madness. And then after all the shit they talked, now every firm is going under one by one for malicious practices towards traders and just really questionable business practices. So this is just a fucked up. Like, I don't know what to tell you. In a stream, I've never seen your loss. Ali, what does that even mean? Like, I need you guys to explain fully. Fully. We got a good amount of people on here. Is it because I'm talking shit or is it because everybody's ready to trade? It seems like we always get more viewership when I'm talking mad shit. Is that true? Is it a lot of fluff in the industry? And too many people are trying to start an argument for engagement. Yeah. Like, just think about that shit, guys. Think about when was the last time you got mad enough to go under somebody's post who you don't know? I'm not talking about one of these viral posts where you drop a laughing emoji or you give your opinion on some shit. I mean, like, a post of somebody you do not know and then just like trash their whole shit. Like, when was the last time that you were that down bad? Because I try to put myself in those shoes. I cannot relate. Like, there's no amount of self-loathing that's going to get me to be like that. Yo, would you ever try Top Step? Yeah, I'm going to be testing out 3 prop firms in the next week or a week and a half. Apex, Top Step, and then Funded Forex. We're going to be trying out all 3 of those, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Robin said social media is whack. God is the way. Put an amen in the chat if you agree, or put a number in the chat if you agree. That's probably the best. I probably should have just saved my breath and just said that. All right, Robin, you're my guy. Oh, also Ramadan Kareem to everybody who is celebrating Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem to everybody on here. I know you guys probably not on the charts, getting all the stuff done, but more power to you. I respect anybody. I don't care what religion you are, as long as you practice it. And so if you are practicing, more power to you. Crush it. It's going to be a long road, but it's worth it. Says Twitter is too catty. I like Instagram more because you can actually cross-reference. If you know, you know. More or less. It's all the same shit. It's people just marketing. Like, god damn, I'm not even trying to excuse my language. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use God's name in vain like that. But there's no way. Like, God, I'm not even trying to put people on blast like that. I'm not even gonna say any names, but like, you guys would be surprised how much shit there's going on socials, man. I'll just tell you the biggest one, because this one really pissed me the fuck off because I was on the wrong side of this. Or I was on the right side, but I was on the receiving end of these prop firm PR bots under every one of my comments if you say something that they don't like. If you call out a firm for having a stupid rule, like a 99% profit split or something stupid, and they'll just send a bunch of bots at your shit. Yeah, but when was the last time you did this? And remember that one time you did this? Remember this? Imagine that a lot of, like, when you go to buy a product and you go on Amazon, it says 4,500 reviews and they're all 5 stars. You buy it because of the social proof is how we make decisions today. This guy's a 5-star guy on Uber. That means he hasn't kidnapped anybody lately. Okay, good. I trust this guy. Okay, Airbnb. Real humans have stayed here before. Clearly, this is not Jeffrey Dahmer's house. Okay, awesome. I'm going to stay at this random stranger's home. Social proof is how we make decisions today. This is how a lot of the economy is run. And so if you have these fake firms that are dropping, or these fake PR kind of bots dropping fake reviews to give a false impression that things are better than they actually are, so that, people are making uninformed decisions and shit, I think that's fucked up. And that's just the top of the iceberg. Robin said, get your boy in the VIP again. Special announcement. If you have taken, if you're one of the masterclass or coaching folks, we're actually changing the prices on the VIP plan. I realized we had the numbers backwards the whole time. Right. So if you did pay full price for the VIP membership, just know that we're going to be looking out for you. And if you haven't got your VIP membership yet, we're going to have a very special announcement. If you have not taken a class or any of that stuff, we're considering opening a separate group chat that does not include any education or masterclass access, but you do get access to all the scheduled calls, and it'll be much more expensive. Okay. There's a traders fight thing happening. On the 16th. Has anyone heard about that? So it was taken out of context. Scott Janovici. Man, you guys got to speak full sentences. He said, keep your eyes on your own paper. I got to read that. What's your opinion on switching to futures and leaving FX and CFDs? Like, to be honest, everybody has their own choice to make. All right. Nobody got into trading because we're like, oh, I'm here to, just 100% play by the book and just do everything. Like, you want to play by the book, go to fucking school, get a degree, and go get a job, work until you're 55 or work until you're 62 or work until you're 71. Social Security will not be around. And so you're going to retire basically based on whatever you did for yourself. And then that's the normal life. If you're looking at trading, you're looking for an opportunity of a lifetime here, 1 to 500 leverage. And I'm just going to be completely honest. Whatever the rules are here in the States about CFD trading, if there is a broker that's allowing CFD trading for US clients, clearly that's just not allowed with the rules. If you're trading, if you choose to use those, I don't even know how to say this. I'm not trying to do not do anything illegal. I am not recommending or promoting any type of illegal activity. But at the same time, Who the fuck is the government to tell us that we cannot trade a 1 to 500 leveraged account? And everyone's like, oh, Roy's on some anarchist shit. No. There's rules. There are rules. The reason that everyone still has guns in America, even though every politician at some point has this idea of, removing people's guns. Why? Because the Constitution of the United States ensures that these laws are the way they are. They tried to take Trump off the ballot in Colorado. You guys remember that? Every CNN correspondent was celebrating all that stuff. How long did that last? About a week and a half. What happened? They escalated it. Okay, they escalated it into the Supreme Court, or I think it was the Court of Appeals, and then they reversed the decision. Okay, if somebody gets in trouble for Forex trading, and you go take this all the way up to the appellate courts, who do you think wins? The government for trying to stop free commerce, or the trader? Who do you guys think actually wins that in the Supreme Court? Think about it for a second. This is why they tried to ban crypto and they couldn't. They took it to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court sided along with the crypto companies because it's unconstitutional for the government to get in the way of a free flow of capitalistic economic endeavors. Any plans to do a workshop in Boston? Never really thought about that, if I'm gonna be honest. The VIP is going to be $99 a month if you've already taken the classes, if you're already on that list. Okay. If you already paid full price, we're going to give you 3 months. Take it or leave it. No, but I want front row seats to the fight. I'll be there. I'm either going to be commentating or I'm going to be cornering our boy, James. Yeah, he is looking good. He's looking good. Tons of progress. So yeah, long story short, let me kind of get back into the CFD versus futures conversation. Futures are regulated. All right. Mommy and daddy are going to tell you, hey, you can only use 1 to 50 leverage because you're too stupid to make decisions with your own money. I tell the regulators, go fuck yourself. Okay. Because you guys are going to get paid millions of dollars through bribes and through speaking engagements, speaking fees, and conflicts of interest and donors and everything else. Let me fucking trade this margin account however I want. That's what I would tell them. Okay. So do what you want to do. Leverage is a double-edged sword. Of course it is. Look, if you're a shit trader, you're going to be a shit trader whether it's futures or CFDs. Can we agree? If you're a trash trader, you're not going to make money regardless. If you understand your strategy and then you understand how to adjust based on the rules of that firm, then you can make money regardless of the platform. So I understand that leverage is a double-edged sword, but it's also when that sword's edge is in your favor, it does matter. You're not going to turn $100 to $1,000 on futures the same way you can on CFDs, just straight up. What's up with this fight league for traders? Where can I see that? I think it's there's an Instagram page called Traders Fight League. And to be honest, guys, I'm really against this stuff. I think it's fucking stupid. I think we have bigger problems to worry about. But as soon as I found out one of my boys is fighting, I'm not going to let him go out there and lose. And so I had to make sure that he was ready to go. And that's why I'm supporting that. But in all reality, guys, we got real shit to do. Okay. NASDAQ is in profit. Shout out your entries if you guys took this trade. And Jonas, I feel the same thing, but look at crypto as a perfect example. Crypto is a perfect example because obviously there is so much grift in the crypto space. We saw what happened with FTX and we saw the international crypto companies just not following US law. I get that. But then they started going after Coinbase. Coinbase has been following the law this whole fucking time. They've been working side by side with regulators. They've missed out on every pump and dump scheme that FTX tried to do with FTT token, that Binance tried to do with BNB token, and those guys were able to grow to hundreds of billions of dollars and all this stuff. And Coinbase was following the law the whole time, getting audited every single quarter as a publicly listed company. And the regulators still tried to come for Coinbase. That's when I realized this whole shit is corrupt. It's either corrupt or they're incompetent. And I think that they're incompetent. Except for, I mean, Gary Gensler is really knowledgeable about crypto. He taught a course on cryptocurrencies and blockchains when he was in at MIT, I'm pretty sure, as a professor. So Gary Gensler, like the regulators have this game completely fucked up, and this is why right now they're trying to undo the Basel Accords. You guys remember we were listening to Powell's testimony. They were talking about Basel 3, and they were talking about making some amendments to it because in a response to a big emergency, like the 2008 financial crisis, the regulators overcorrected in their response, made things way too restrictive, and large companies can still circumvent these restrictions, but the average person is just getting squeezed and squeezed and squeezed to the point where like they really just don't want people to make money. You guys remember GameStop? Everything's going well. As soon as the little guy starts making money, they shut down the game. They halt trading. There's a freeze on. That's why, guys, the regulators are usually wrong. And I know that's hard to understand. If you don't understand regulations, you kind of just think like, okay, those guys are the smartest in the room. They know what they're doing. Let me just take their word for it. That is not the case. That's why the founding fathers built this country. It was because we knew that tyrannical rule of somebody just making choices based on how they feel and based on what they think should happen versus a set of clearly outlined ideals is destructive to any society. That's what we got. And a bunch of socialist regulators. Got a bunch of commies. Bitcoin's breaking all-time highs again, people. We've officially broken the all-time high, this double top. I was expecting a deeper correction than this when we were sitting here at 70,000. I was expecting a correction back to like the 62 range. Price only came down to about 67 before ultimately continuing to the upside. I still think that there's a lot of upside. He said, I want to see Lee fight. Bro, nobody wants to see anything from him at this point. My boy's washed up. It's done. All right. There's a lot of guys that I'd like to fight. But none of the people who talk shit on social media would ever actually back up their words. I don't know if you guys noticed this. There's not a single person in the trading space that talks crazy online that like that you can see their personality. Like there's not a single one of them that would actually back up what they say in person. So it's like it's not even worth entertaining any of that. I think somebody asked about. He said the fact that the Bitcoin broke all-time highs before the halving is scary. A lot of retail is going to get caught slipping, pouring in now. I hope so. Okay, because I stopped all my recurring buys. I'm kind of on the sidelines. I really hope that everyone starts to FOMO in because that typically signifies the top. All right, so I'm kind of still hopeful about that, but the institutions chasing Bitcoin for their ETFs means that they have an unlimited cash flow, and the only limit that they have to buying more is who's willing to sell it. And if we look at holders versus traders, like how much coins are moving on exchanges versus just being held in wallets and have not moved for 12 months, a lot more holders versus fewer traders. And so they're going to have to, like, the price will go up if there's too much demand chasing too few supply. Hey, Roy, Tyson or Paul, if it isn't rigged, I'm betting on Tyson to KO him by third round. Tyson is the underdog. Scott, Tyson is 60 years old, bro. Okay. Tyson's 60 years old. Robin, the price is back to 99 today. Today. It's already active. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it should already be active. What I would do, yeah, if make sure you guys are signed in with whatever email you used for the live class, and you should be able to use that same email. Oh, speaking of James calling me, yeah, you should be able to just log in with that email, and then when you go to checkout, for the VIP plan, it'll automatically be in there. The discount will automatically show if you're logged into that same email. All right, we got some good entries here. We got 920. I'm guessing that's the futures entry, or unless you got a late entry, AB. We got 895. Awesome. 887. Nice. 913. Good stuff. Good, good, good. Dennis, yep, you're right. Gabriel said, God is the way. Open the Bible instead of the gram, and your life will take a beautiful twist. Wow. James says, social media wasted too much of my time. I had to delete it as well. I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of y'all. Dennis, James, Gabe, that's what I'm talking about. I love to see that. Says, please make sure to log into your account on our website first. My dad says 63 is the new 30. Bobs, you know I love you. And you know that wisdom comes with age. And you know that Mike Tyson is obviously the smarter fighter. But I saw a training video where Mike Tyson said that he did like a 30-second video for Instagram where he looked crazy. Everyone was like, oh my God, Mike Tyson is back. He said he was in bed for 2 weeks after making that video. He did this video, hit the pads, bah, 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 and he said he was in bed for 2 weeks. Let me see if I can even find this video. Oh my God, not TikTok. So he was doing all this. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's done. Like he's gonna knock out Jake Paul." And then he said he was in bed for 2 weeks after that. All right, Jake Paul is 30 years old. He's in his prime. There's a 30-year age difference there. He's training every single day nonstop. He's a great athlete. So everyone wants to talk shit about Jake Paul. He fights tomato cans, this and that. He's picking his fights very wisely, which is what all boxers do. If you guys don't think Floyd fought tomato cans along his way for that 50-0 record, like y'all gotta check the record. Now Floyd also did fight legends. Let's make it clear. He did fight the Pacquiaos. He did fight the Canelos. He did have some Maidana. He had some crazy hard fights. But yeah, no, Jake Paul is going to beat the shit out of Mike Tyson, and it's crazy to say, but like, he says Tyson is going to knock him out. You guys are out of your mind. Like you guys are still stuck in 1997, bro, or 2004. Like guys, 60 years of age. He can knock out the average person for sure, but not someone who's training all day, every day, and someone who actually has talent like Jake Paul. No one wants to give him credit because he's a YouTuber. That way, when they lose to him, they can just kind of like write him off as a YouTuber or whatever. But let me just remind you guys, this kid he has talent. If he wasn't a YouTuber or a Disney kid and you saw him training, you'd be like, yo, this guy's next up. This guy's got serious power. It says Tyson is securing a bag. Exactly. And I don't understand why, because it's not like Tyson needs the fucking money. Like, Mike Tyson does not need the bread. What's your thoughts on some of the top AI projects in the crypto space, like Fetch AI? So I actually haven't really been paying attention to AI in the crypto space specifically. I've been kind of keeping an eye on the ChatGPTs and Gemini equivalents and Gronk and some of those. Can you explain to me, Vincent, what's happening with what is Fetch? It says Jake Paul is going to have a concussion. That's what they said about everybody. That's what they said about Tyron Woodley. That's what they said about Nate Diaz. That's what they said about Tyson, not Tyson Fury. What is his name? Tommy Fury. And I understand, guys, Mike Tyson is the greatest boxer of all time. I get it, right? Or at least top three. He's 60 years old. This is like Tyson fighting Joe Frazier. Or not Joe Frazier. Was it George Foreman? Said, hopefully that ear don't get bitten off. That's the risk you take. Said that's elder abuse. Exactly. Viral Authority said his training has nothing on Mike's killer instinct. Bro, this is how I know you've never stepped in a cage. Like, bro, do any of you guys actually fight? 57 isn't that old. Scott, when was the last time you sparred or you had a fight? You had a sanctioned fight or an exhibition? Says, I'm gonna be hurt if he loses. Get ready to be hurt. Everyone was blown that Ben Askren and fucking Tyron Woodley and all these guys got knocked the fuck out. There, the whole MMA community was clowning Jake Paul, saying that Tyron Woodley's gonna go teach him a lesson. I don't know. Tyron Woodley got knocked out quick. Says you're crazy. I'll whoop you in a fight. That's don't even lie to yourself like that, bro. That's just disrespectful. But lie to me all you want. Don't lie to yourself, and definitely don't lie to the group chat. Said a black man's 60 is an average man's 45. Okay, I get it. 45 versus a 28-year-old. And then the 45-year-old, is out here doing the shrooms and just doing the podcast and hanging out. Mike Tyson walks with a cane, for fuck's sake, people. Mike Tyson walks around with a cane. Jake Paul is in the prime of his physical capacity. Two, 3 rounds for Jake Paul is no joke for a 60-year-old. It's dangerous, bro. Jake hasn't fought any real fighters. Jeremy, you would never tell Nate Diaz or Ben Askren or Tyron Woodley that they're not real fighters to their face. So I don't know why you're saying it here so comfortably. Like, it's not true. You know that they are real fighters, definitely more of a real fighter than you will ever be. I just don't know where this is all coming from. Because MMA is not boxing. Okay, well, we found Einstein. We found the next Nikola Tesla, everybody. So we got a fucking Mensa level IQ in the group chat today. I'm putting $1,000 on Tyson on the Hard Rock ASAP. If I lose, I lose. Scott, come back here and let us know how that shit goes. Robin said, I used to box back in DR, went to Panama Games. The Paul brothers are good boxers. Robin, thank you for that opinion, bro. All right, so we have an informed opinion here. You've boxed. And high-level boxing, is a different game than amateurs. You know what it takes to be in the pros, right? How much time and dedication it takes. Your whole life is now dedicated to it. Roy, your gold call was good. I've been long since early in the AM, same view. Yeah, it's looking good. There was no pullback to this level just yet, 2175. So what I said is, personally, I wouldn't re-enter unless it came back to that level. Okay, so just like a quick double bottom sort of situation. But overall, I mean, directionally it's correct. You are comparing MMA fighters. Yes. The quote that you said was he's never fought real fighters. And I mentioned 3 real fighters that he has fought. Okay, then I'll mention a couple boxers, and you'll be like, well, Tommy Fury's not actually the best boxer. And I'll mention another boxer that has a 7-0 record. And he'll be like, well, although there was a, and you're just going to keep doing that until he knocks out Mike Tyson. And then you're not going to come here and like own up to what you said. You're just going to move on to the next thing with your life. And so, don't take it too serious. It says, yeah, the daily is bullish, and so is the weekly. We've been bullish since that 1995. And I forgot I was still holding a paper trade from when I took this thing on the stream like weeks ago. Because I was just trying to show you guys this in person. The entry was all the way down here at the 1995. This is the one that we were waiting for. So that was the prime entry. It was kind of insane how that played out. What boxer has he fought that was a champion in boxing? Well, he's gonna fight Mike Tyson. And then when he wins, it's gonna be a lot of upset people. And look, guys, I'm not saying I want Jake Paul to win. I'm not sitting here saying I want him to win. I like when order is restored to the universe. Like, as much as I love Francis Ngannou, I'm glad that Anthony Joshua won. I think order does need to get restored, right? Dustin the Diamond Poirier knocking out Benoit Saint Denis. There is order being restored to the universe. MVP doing what he did to Kevin Holland in spectacular fashion. There's order being restored to the universe. Shit is finally starting to make sense again. Well, I think all futures props, you have to close trades by 5 p.m. every day. It sucks. Yeah, if you guys are trading futures, it's really more of a scalping or intraday strategy rather than, you know, trying to swing trade this. Another reason for a margin account versus a prop firm. All right. Well, okay, how about this? Jeremy and Viral Authority. Let's make a bet. Not for money. Let's make a bet. Tyson wins. I get on here and publicly apologize to everybody. Make a whole little thing. 30 seconds. I'll apologize straight up to you two personally by name on this stream live. But if Jake Paul wins, you got to come here and do the same. Deal? Like, yeah, you were wrong. Let me get my bragging rights, and then we'll make a deal. Do we have a deal, guys? Yo, this man Robin is coming for the neck. He said Jake Paul can easy win the Olympic Games. Y'all playing with him like he's not a real boxer. Most of you are having issues with trading. I can only imagine you guys trying to make weight or doing a full camp. Oh shit. Yo, Robin, I might just have to give you that VIP access, bro. Would a reentry make sense here? It would. It would from a price standpoint. But to be honest, actually, yeah, no, it would. Because I'm looking here at the smaller time frames. We had this dip below the daily low to grab liquidity. So kind of just dip down. And then we have this 30-minute candle that closed back above this area of local structure. So buying momentum is back in play. Buyers are back in control. So as long as this 30-minute candle creates a higher low, all right, as long as we don't close below the 17,900, trade is still valid. This would be the reentry. Good call, whoever asked. Jeremy said, I didn't say Jake will lose. Then why the fuck are you arguing for that position if you're not going to take that side? Because you said Jake hasn't fought any real fighters. We don't know his skill level. You also said he can definitely knock out Mike. He can definitely knock out Mike. LOL. He lost to Tommy. See, I'm just confused about which side you're on, actually. I might have just read that one wrong. He hasn't fought any real fighters in their prime. It's all for money, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, Jeremy, you would just by deductive reasoning, it kind of seems like you're not on Jake Paul's side. He said subbing, probably the best decision you'll make. I don't know how we got to talking about fight sports, but I like this. Scott says, Roy, you're the only good podcast for knowledge and entertainment. I appreciate that. I really do try. I try to stay away from like the topic of the day bullshit that everyone's doing. And what you'll notice is if you go through the 50 podcasts that we've done on the expert trader side, they're all timeless. So it's not a question of like, what did you do today? Right? It's like, it's questions that are timeless about trading. You can listen to a year later, 5 years later, and it'll still be relevant. Pretty much people are going to be able to have legit AI personal assistants. They can communicate with numerous economic systems, benefiting both suppliers and consumers, waiting to dip below $2. Yeah, anything that has to do with AI, I think is has a bright future. But there's a lot that people need to understand about the AI revolution and kind of how these large language models work. Okay, so I think people are starting to conflate the large language models, LLMs, which you guys can think of ChatGPT and Gemini, these large language models, which can take this huge data bank of information and then kind of provide conclusions or factual conclusions. Is it 100% accurate? Not yet, but it can use the data it has to come up with answers. And then there's something called AGI, which is the artificial general intelligence, which is this thing that people think of when you're talking about having a computer that is like your friend that'll talk to you and these robots that'll just answer questions and all this stuff. We're very far away from AGI. Okay, the large language models have gotten so good, it's kind of convinced people that we've reached a more advanced level of artificial intelligence than we actually have. And so then when you look at the LLMs, the competitiveness between the different companies comes from the data sets they're training on. Now, most of them have access to the open internet, which I think is a huge benefit because all the world's information is somewhere on the internet. But there's also private data sets. Okay, let's take Reddit for example. So in order to get Reddit as a data set, which has a lot of solid info, and Wikipedia, and let's say Facebook, let's say Google has them. So Google's AI has an advantage because of the large data set that Google has, which is all the world's info. Facebook has an advantage with its large language model because of consumer info and people's attention habits and what they like to spend their attention on and their height, weight, favorite food, like all this type stuff that's really relevant to consumers and marketing. And so that's how I feel like the competitiveness is going to go. Whoever has the better data set to train will create the better LLM. Cool. It's all good though. I don't even trade yet. I've just been learning from you and others the last few months. Well, Jeremy, welcome to this side. If you want to start off your trading career the right way, what I would recommend is that you open a demo account and that you start to understand the mechanics of entering trades, taking partial profits, securing your trade by, having protective stops, and just getting that out of the way. Because if you're going to wait for this full competence to hit before you start trading, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. So I'd highly recommend just opening a demo account and starting to take trades in a live market condition, just so you understand and get comfortable with the mechanical aspect of trading. And then over time, because you've started to enter orders, when I explain something on the charts, such as a high or low or why I'm re-entering the trade, instead of you trying to make sense of it from the outside, you now have context. Okay. Dirty Daz says, "What's your stop loss, bro, in this trade?" I'm going to ask you, Dirty Daz, do you use TradingView? Like, do you know what the long and short position tool is? I'm not asking this facetiously. I'm asking this like it's a genuine question. Says honestly, Tyson needs a miracle to win. Being that age and being that long away from professional fighting, exactly. Like Jake Paul can just dance around the ring long enough to have Mike Tyson tired and have him miss a few times, and then Mike is going to basically throw his back out unless they hype up Mike on enough peptides and testosterone and all this shit. Unless they hype him up on damn near stem cells, damn near, he's got no shot. If they give him the right mix, God, I mean, I don't know. He fought Roy Jones Jr. and that was decent enough of a performance. That reentry about the company said Brecca is going to give Tyson everything, bro. I might need to go see Brecca here soon. So I just got back from the gym. I was feeling my shoulder. I was like, yo, so that fucking your boy might need some of that 10x health systems. Just join the trade to buy. I trust your analysis. Sam, do your own analysis, brother. I mean, I appreciate you for trusting my analysis. I've been doing this long enough, but just make sure that you are taking full responsibility for the size of the position that you're in and for taking this trade, so you understand as well why you're taking it. That way, you can recreate the success. All right, Vincent, if you're going to enter, or Vincente, if you're going to enter another position, keep your risk management in check. So look at how much risk do I have on the table with the current position that I'm in. Okay, if I enter another position, what is the total amount of money I could lose on this trade? That's analyzing the risk. Step two is accepting the risk. So it's, do you accept the fact that if this trade loses, you could lose that money? And if you're thinking to yourself, damn, I'm not okay with that. That's actually too much money. That's when you know you're over leveraged. So you would just cut it right now. You would cut whatever, shave off whatever size of the position to get yourself in that responsible risk place. Okay. Now, if your risk is in check, you've accepted the risk, go for it. That's what trading is. You have an edge that'll give you a better than guessing chance at being right. You have a solid risk management system that gives you a positive R&R, and then you're able to basically no win or loss should have a significant impact on your profit and loss. So yeah, win or lose, doing good. Of course, Vincente. No, I got to look out. We should do a futures account challenge with VIP CA members. I like that a lot. Shit, I don't even want to. I don't want to be arrogant about this. I feel like it's going to be between me, Jensen, Jacob, and like two other people. It's going to be a tough one. Got a long race, but doing a challenge will be fun. I just feel like the challenge of doing a funded challenge is already stress enough for most traders, and so the only people I would really want to compete in this are folks that already have their system in check and that are already seeing success. That way, this does not distract them or create an unnecessary layer of pressure. But I think we would do it. It would be fun. Give a free VIP ticket to the winner to the FX Summit 2024 conference, which, by the way, quick reminder, everybody, that early bird ticket prices, the early bird ticket sale ends on April 1st, or I think it's March 31st. So if you have not already grabbed your tickets to the FX Summit conference, you guys can head down to the link in the description or head over to fxsummit2024.com. The FX Summit is the largest conference in the world for traders, investors, and entrepreneurs. This year, it's going to be in Dubai in November 15th. So highly recommend checking that out. We got some great speakers lined up. We have Peter Tuchman, aka the Einstein of Wall Street, almost 40 years of experience on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and the person who he's basically the person who's been there the longest. We went to go visit the New York Stock Exchange, and the folks that work there were telling me like, yeah, he's seen it all. He's seen the crash of the 80s, the crash of the 90s, the tech bubble, Y2K. He's seen the '08 financial crisis. He saw the 18 kind of like interest rate debacle, the Brexit, Trump, COVID, quantitative easing, quantitative tightening. He has seen it all. He said, I mean, doing it all together. Yeah, I'm down to do it in the VIP group for sure. Says get him on that BPC 157 and trend. That was a little bit too specific. My boy sounded like he knows a thing or two about some fucking. Yo, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if it's got a number in it, or if it's got an X or a Y or a Z, if it's got an X, Y, and Z in the ingredients in the same words, I ain't putting it in my body. I'll tell you guys this right now. I have very simple rules for shopping for food. Like a very simple rules. Everybody thinks that it's complicated to have good food habits and all this stuff. Look, shop on the outside of the aisles. That's rule number one. Shop on the outside. Everything inside the aisles is processed crap, fridge food, fucking pantry food. I get it. right? That stuff is garbage. And then the second one is if it's got an X, Y, or Z in the name, like if I'm reading this shit, it's got xanthan gum, all this type shit, but I'm fucking not putting that in my body. Follow those two rules, you'll be all right. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna be Superman, but I think you'll be okay if you just do that. If you have kids, make sure they're not eating from the school cafeteria. Very simple rules. Oh, how do I make sure my kids are healthy? Maybe I gotta get more wheat. Maybe I gotta get more less gluten in this shit. No, no. What you need to do is making sure they stop eating from the cafeteria, and that's easy enough. All right. The Swedish krona, bro. What do you have me looking at right here? But I'll oblige, right? You know I'm a real one. You know I'm a oblige. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm glad I looked at this. That's the easiest buy if I've ever seen one. We're on the daily time frame. Trust the market. Okay. So you have a bunch of areas of support. We have the liquidity grab, retest back in, and second retest. Buy limit right at that area of support at 10.15. At 10.15. Buy limits right there. This is about, guys, this is as good of a textbook trade as you will ever see. Chart Addicts members, please pay attention to this. This whole area of support. Nice expansion where we broke previous highs. So we've already established a new higher high. Liquidity grab through the daily support. Retest back in, and then second retest back in. When the market broke back inside the range, we had liquidity grab, and then bullish expansion up. Beautiful shift in momentum where we had a break above this local area of resistance, showing that buyers are in that control. And then we have a beautiful pullback. Okay. So momentum slows down, price gets the daily support, liquidity grab through and recovery, recovers back above the previous local area of structure. And then the last piece of the puzzle is the higher low. All right, so you would target this previous high first, this area of resistance next. So you kind of line up this whole area here. That would be the second area at 10.8. And then the last target would be equal highs at 11.2. If it closes back under that daily support, then I would wait for a recovery. So if it does crash back under, right, to come down for a better retracement or maybe a double bottom, equal lows, wait for the recovery. I would enter half of the position back inside. So this is what would have happened. Half a position back inside and then half a position on the retest if there is one. Cool. I like this. I like this a lot. This is a great higher time frame trade. They really don't get as good as this. They really don't get as good as this. Nasdaq doing something very similar is we got to this like this weekly low, which is from last week's support, liquidity grab through the zone, and then break back above and closure above this previous high. So what we're waiting for now is this higher low. And as long as this low is higher than this one, then we should see a continuation. Should be very straightforward. Said looks clean. Yeah, it does. All right, y'all. Drop a like on this stream if you haven't dropped it already. It's really simple. It's a click of a button, right? I've said about 1,847 words, all valuable. Clicking a button, pretty easy. So if you guys wouldn't mind just dropping a quick like, that would be appreciated. He said the spread is probably crazy. Who trades the Corona? Nice setup though. This guy, I feel you, bro. I don't trade exotics. Actually, I took one exotic trade once, and I think there's only like a few members here that were around at the time. Who remembers the Hong Kong trade? This was right after Hong Kong fell back into the hands of the Chinese. Government. Oh, it was right here. This was during COVID. So during COVID, this is when Taiwan was having a ton of, or not Taiwan, excuse me, when Hong Kong was having a lot of issues, and they were dealing with issues regarding sovereignty and the rest. And so the market was sitting here for, I don't know, like 7, 8 months. And I was looking for the greatest R&R entry of all time. This was like a crypto style trade. The thing is, I entered too small of a position size because I didn't really know how to size on the exotics. And it was something like this. It was an insane trade idea. And then by the time the trade finally played out, I think I made like $300. I ended up cutting my profits somewhere around these highs at 7.7. But the market did end up continuing to the upside. Now it's kind of stuck in this range. But this is one of the craziest trades I've ever taken. Size matters. If anyone says size doesn't matter, size matters. Pause. All right, we have 15 minutes left until the hour closure. So I'll stick around here for another 15 minutes, see how this candle closes, and then we'll call it a day. Pretty heavy news week. As we discussed on the Sunday market outlook, we have CPI dropping tomorrow, PPI dropping on Wednesday, consumer sentiment, retail sales, and is there anything else? And a ton of earnings reports from like Dollar Tree and some other large Dow Jones names. Final reminder of the day, the NASDAQ, the NAS100 masterclass to learn how to trade these strategies that I trade every single morning is now available on our website. Go to live classes. You go to chartaddictsfx.com, go to live classes. You'll be able to register here. If you want to see real testimonials from folks just kind of giving an honest review of the class, what they thought, some of the more like beneficial things of the class compared to maybe some other courses they would have taken or what they expected out of the class versus what they actually got. Tons of good information here. I would highly recommend checking that out. Don't just take it from me or the fact that I live trade every single morning. Don't just take it from the fact that you can go to our YouTube channel and see the live streams from the past few years and verify the strategy for yourself. Don't look at all that, right? Who wants to look at all that? You can go to playlists, go to live streams. Oh, view full playlist. All right, and you can see all the streams that we've been doing. So you know, from this year alone, we got 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 5 days ago. This is basically almost every day. All right, so you can see these streams over an hour long, looking at the markets live every single morning at the same time, trading the same pair. These are 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We can keep going. So you guys can see how many hours of content there is here. To go and verify this. So we have 6 months ago. This is all from 2022. So I had stopped live streaming at some point and then, you know, kind of got back into live streams. We had, these are 2022 live streams. So you guys can see, same deal. Same deal in 2022, all year, every day. This is back in like February of, so this is exactly 2 years ago. Doing exactly what we're doing now. This is 2021. So now we're kind of getting into the 3 years ago mark. No one wants to see the hard work that went in. Everyone's like, oh, you know, Roy makes it look easy, getting lucky in the mornings. You guys can see how, you know, we used to call them the sniper sessions. 916. Things are all out of order. And I think we might have hit some of the ones from 2020 and 2019. All right, so you guys can go verify this for yourself. Go and check out the strategy. If it's something that interests you, I highly recommend learning it for yourself so you can continue to have success. And of course, if there's anyone in the YouTube comments that's taken the class before and wants to share their honest review of what you think, yeah, let us know. If you want to hear a full-length review of the class itself, we've also started or just chart addicts and just being at chart addicts and some of the benefits here. We've also started dropping interviews with some of our traders. Bryce, our interview drops today, if I'm not mistaken. I got your thumbnail back. A guy put the wrong name on it. Language barrier, you get the drill.
That sounds good, my guy.
All right, we got our very own Jacob Betham just dropped his podcast, how he quit his nursing career to make over $10,000 in a month trading. That's awesome. We got Big Lessman here on how he made almost $7,000 in 2 weeks on FTMO using the strategy. Very excited to keep dropping these. So make sure you guys check those out. He says, getting lucky is crazy. Are you still doing free tickets for the summit for Chart Addicts members? Yes. If you're a VIP member or you guys took them, oh, by the way, that re-entry, beautiful. But yeah, if you've taken a class, coaching, or are a VIP member, you get a free general admission ticket to the FX Summit included with your membership. Yeah, the GQ lifestyle. Some people do say I get lucky. Actually, no, they don't say I get lucky. Some people just talk shit, but they've never actually been on these streams. If they get on these streams, they just stick around long enough to troll, and then eventually they end up sticking around because they enjoy the content, they enjoy the information, they actually realize it's valuable. They're like, wow, this is free. And people keep coming back. So, I mean, obviously there has to be something here. And then eventually they start to piece it together. Some of them are a little slow. They're kind of, I don't know, mouth breathers. I just kind of just drifting in the wind. 88.6 boys and Wick size matters shirts. Oh yeah, by the way, trades. If you guys want to pre-order your 88.6 boys and 88.6 girls shirts, and if you guys want to purchase them directly, they are now on ttrades.c. I'm going to put this in the group chat here. All right, so if you guys want to check these out, there's a Chart Addicts embroidered logo on the front. These are really high quality. Don't let the price kind of knock you off. This is going to be top quality. It'll last you years and years with the 88.6 boys on the back. We also have the 88.6 girls collection for all the girls out there. Ladies, trust me, we're looking out. This is solid, top-notch patchwork here. There's the 88.6 girls right here. All right, we'll be dropping other colorways in different seasons, but this is the first collection. Highly recommend you guys check this out. This is going to be the drip. And ideally, you know, the Wick size matters shirt is going to come out, and also your entries are stop loss. Those are in the works. It says Wick size matters. Yes, it does. Look at this one, for example. That matters. We're all back in profits. 8 minutes until the hour candle closure, everybody. 8 minutes. If you made money today, please drop a like, post up, let us know, tag us on Instagram. Come out and check the NAS100 Masterclass to secure your seat. Make sure you guys are securing your seat early. We have about 10 days until the Masterclass. I know this one's shorter notice, but we're going to be going on the world tour in Europe in April, so we wanted to make sure that we did this class before things got running. Take the class, make the money, come to the FX Summit. All right? And if you take the class, you get your free FX Summit ticket. So all you'll need to do is win at trading and pay for your flight and hotel. This is 88.6. What's that mean? I'm sorry for the dumb question. Abdon, no worries at all. It's a very special, very special part of our strategy and something that has made people a lot of money and will continue to make people a lot of money and will make me unbelievably wealthy in the next 12 to 18 months. Those are oversized, huh? They fresh. I'm a cop one right now. The re-entry was dope. Yeah, it is. But before going into the merch, I highly recommend folks check out the NASDAQ Masterclass. Learn how to do this for yourself. The reason that everyone's excited about the 88.6 merch is because the strategy works. Yeah, get me? And don't let me stop you from getting the shirt. I'm just saying, priorities. All right, awesome stuff. Anybody have any last questions before we wrap up? We got a few minutes left here. The trade is getting back into profits, but I'm waiting for that hour candle closure to see if we close back above our entry or if the market retraces and comes all the way back down. James says, love it. We're getting to it. Shout out to our very own Max. Is Max on here? No, he's not. Max not on here, but yeah, shout out to Max for coming out with that collection. He was a member, had life-changing experience here. Really, we were doing one-on-one coaching. His trading was on point, but they were really just kind of like setting up a clear schedule, which most people, I think, could get better with, which is just setting up a better schedule for how to balance work and trading. And so what we ended up doing together was getting clear about the priorities, getting clear about how to maintain focus so you can be 100% at your job when you're there, but then 100% at the desk and on the computer when you're really trading and when you're focused. Absolutely crushed it. Dude lost like 100, just a real inspirational story, just lost over 150 pounds, just really, really committed to it. And then ended up coming out to the summit, was very impressed, and then came out with this idea to do a collaboration collection, brought the idea to us. The quality and the vision that he had was on point, and we decided to do that partnership. So for a lot of you guys listening to this, if you have similar ideas, don't be one of the folks that will, and this goes for anybody that you're trying to work with, but don't just contact somebody and be like, hey, I'd love to work with you. Here's like an idea or whatever. Like, do the work and come out with the product and show me that this thing is already ready to go. Because that's how we do it. It's like, hey, like for the FX Summit, for example, folks always ask us how we're able to connect with so many important people around the world. Is because I'm not contacting these guys with an idea. Like, hey, like, we're thinking about doing this thing. It's like, hey, we got the venue. We put a non-refundable deposit. My life is on the line now. Our money is on this. Here's other folks that have already committed. Like, things have already been in play before we reach out to someone, because you don't want to reach out and be like, hey, we're like putting this all together. Okay, so if anybody does have a great idea, come to us. We would love to work with you. We would love to do something that has that benefit for the community. That's something cool. That's something creative. But just make sure that just make sure it's done right. Versus some of the folks that'll just like stick around here and then just go do their own thing, take our info, take our strategy, go teach it somewhere else. Those folks got a serious problem. He said, great re-entry, $, $. Lobo, you better have dropped a like on the video. Glad you stopped by. Casper, Zach, some people just haven't caught on. But if you don't understand the context of the strategy, just knowing the fib level doesn't matter. It's like knowing the patterns. If you look at Forex trading patterns, okay? So let's say that you had this printed out, because I used to have one of these printed out right next to my computer. Now, if you don't understand direction, if you don't understand key levels of structure, if you don't understand higher time frame correlation, if you don't understand time sessions and how that impacts volume, then just seeing the patterns doesn't matter, right? So if you see a double top, for example, or triple top at support, so imagine this is an area of support. If this is a daily area of support here, just like the USD, what is it called? The Swiss trade that we just saw. All right. There was an area of support that had formed. There was a liquidity grab, a break, and then retest. That's actually a buy position. So and you can see a head and shoulders at a daily support here where the market breached below the support, broke back above and retested. Without context about the location of the patterns, it doesn't matter. If your account is private, we won't be able to reshare it, Vincent. So I'm sorry, bro. But shout out to you. Everybody say W Vincent in the chats. He just copped his 88.6 boys shirt. And to be honest, because they're going to be coming in from Canada, so I believe, let me get back to you on the orders. It shouldn't take too long. Couple weeks maximum. And ideally, it's less than that. James said I copped 3 of those. James, you're crazy. But also, you're going to be the stylish person on the entire island of Guam. He's gonna have just random passerbyers, some dude in a Navy ship, like, dude, where can I get one of those? You might just see a fucking one of these Navy guys be like, yo, I used to be in Chart Addicts. You might recognize, but bro, I went to the summit. You never know. There was like probably 5 or 6 people that answered on the questionnaire last year that said they were from Guam. I was like, either fucking everybody knows each other, this is like a coordinated thing, or you guys are lying. We can't have it both ways. Yeah, that re-entry was beautiful. But James got that drip for every day. That's all I wear. Like you guys have seen Timmy Turner, like Fairly Odd Parents. You guys know how like every day he just wearing the same stuff. You open his closet, 15 of the same. That's me. So all I wear is Chart Addicts gear, except for when I'm at the gym. But I'll still rock the Chart Addicts hat. I'll still have the Chart Addicts shorts. Right? All my bags, everything is Chart Addicts. Everything is Chart Addicts. Every over the shoulder bag, every, you know, like everything I have around here. My notebooks. Everything Chart Addicts. Oh, and I do want to give a massive shout out to Magic Keys for sending us this gift. I don't know if you guys can see it. So big shout out to Magic Keys for sending us this. I still have not used this thing. I feel like I'm going to blow my account. I feel like I'm going to blow my account. Just, you know, that extra second it takes for me to verify the trade, for me to make sure my levels are good, that extra second goes a long way. This, I feel like I'm gonna find some way to breach an account. Just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. But this is still really thoughtful, still really cool, and I'll still give this a try on the next live stream. So big shout out to Magic Keys for this. This is a cool gift. I didn't give them a shout out last weekend when it came, so I had to go in and give them that recognition. All right, everybody, it is noon. I'm not going to put my stops and break even just yet until we break this level. So as soon as we break the 18,015 level, that's where I'm going to move my stops to break even and protect the trade. You know, double bottoms with an extended right shoulder. These are to be expected. Okay, so not all trades are like this. There's one fail swoop. You can expect double bottoms pretty often. So expect a few more touches here before we continue, maybe even one more grab below before we continue. And as soon as we break back above the 18,015 level for highs, I'm going to protect the trade and have a risk-free position and let this thing ride. All right, TP1 is 18,050. TP2 is 18,190. And then TP3 is 18,300. If you guys missed those levels, go ahead and rewind the live stream after it's done. Take it easy, happy and safe trading, Chart Addicts. Make sure to check out the NAS100 Masterclass in the description and early bird tickets to the FX Summit 2024 conference. Catch you tomorrow morning for CPI. Peace.